Hey, this is Mark Argis, founder director of Youth First, and joining me tonight is Dawson Blank, executive director of Minnesota Youth Athletic Services, or what we call the MYAS, and Dan Pfeffer, executive director of Minnesota Softball, which is the body that oversees fast pitch softball for all our young ladies out there. And both organizations have some great state tournaments coming up, guys. So, Dawson, talk about the GSTC.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Yeah, the Gopher State Tournament Champions, it was created in 2005, so this is our 16th campaign. It's the quest for the rings. And this year we have 18 different age divisions that will be held over 3 weekends, and we have approximately 550 teams that will be participating this year. We kick off this weekend, July 9th to the 11th, with AA teams. And then July 16th through the 18th, we have AAA teams and 14 AA. And then the final weekend, July 23rd, we have all A teams. So we're excited to have all the teams competing for the elusive state tournament championship.
That's awesome. And it's a great annual event. And Dan, same kind of things going on for fast pitch, correct?
Yeah, so this is, I think, our 42nd year of running girls fast pitch state championships
Wow.
under various names, most notably ASA and USA Softball and Minnesota Softball. We have 25 state tournaments this weekend for all age groups. Our top groups will be at Miller Park in the gold groups, 14, 16, and 18. And they actually will play in a unique game at the end of the tournament. We actually stopped the tournament on Saturday night, and they will play their championship games at the Gopher softball stadium.
Wow.
Streamed, they get walk-up music, they get national anthems, they get it all. It's awesome. And then I think we have probably 300 teams playing in the 8s, 10s, and 12s, all throughout the metro. We're in Rochester, we're in St. Charles, we're in Mankato, Waite Park, you name it, we're there. We'll take a weekend off from the state tournaments, and then we'll do the 14s, 16s, and 18s in 2 weekends, and there'll probably be another 10 or 15 state tournaments there. And then we'll send them all on their way to nationals, wish them all the best of luck, bring home a bunch of hardware and some really cool medals, and then we'll start fall ball.
Wow. A lot of fun, a lot of action going in July, isn't there?
Nonstop.
Yeah, you bet. Well, hey guys, I know we've been partnered for a number of years now, both organizations and Youth First, and we've been talking about and implementing for a number of years what we call a conduct first environment, and we're kind of coming together this year to form that alliance, if you will, to say, hey, listen, this is important. This is why it's important. And it's happening across all of the state tournaments, both in youth baseball and youth softball. So maybe just talk for a minute about, why it's important for you guys to have that environment be part of your state tournament this year.
Well, I think first, one of our goals as an organization is to promote sportsmanship. And that's ultimately why we teamed up with Youth First a few years back. And it's been an amazing partnership. Mark has lived it in every capacity as a coach and director, and he gets it. And I think it is more important than ever that we focus in on this initiative and to come together with the great people at Minnesota Softball, with Dan Pfeffer and Tom Bai, because we have a major shortage in youth baseball and softball. And it's the umpires. And I think everybody has probably felt it in some capacity this year. We started off the year after kind of getting the green light to move forward again this year, and we had a major shortage and didn't have enough people to fill games. There's some factors that go into that, but we all know that the biggest factor is due to unsportsmanlike conduct and bad behavior at games. And I think that if we can continue to add impressions on establishing a conduct first environment and providing education around how important that is the best thing for everybody involved. And if we don't have the umpires, pretty soon we won't have the games.
What he said.
What he said.
Yeah, I'm going to step into into the MYAS space, I think there was a coach, a basketball coach at Columbia Heights that said the message. What's the message? And when you're yelling at umpires, or you're yelling at coaches, or you're yelling at other parents, maybe either on your own team, or maybe you're yelling at someone's daughter or your own daughter, what's the message? This isn't make or break. Man, enjoy it while you can. Enjoy watching your children play. They're doing something healthy. They're not on their phones. They're out there and enjoying it. And hopefully they're sitting there talking and creating a lifetime of experiences at the park. These are things that they never forget. They're going to forget about a Snapchat. They're going to forget about some stupid tweet or whatever it is. But I can promise you this, that if you're the parent that screams at everyone, they will not forget that, and they will not forgive you. So stop doing that. What's the message, people? Let's get it together.
Yep. Yeah, and as you know, the 3 points are real simple, right? Remember, it's about the kids. Both of you just talked about that. That's why we're there. It's not about the adults. Secondly, keeping those competitive energies in check, just like you said, Dan. And this isn't Division I softball or baseball. No scholarships are going to be awarded today. All those kind of things and messages that we hear. And then the last thing is the respect officials and opponents, because Dawson's right. Without an official or an opponent, we don't have games. And, games are great. It's a different learning environment for kids to learn, how to overcome adversity and how to persevere and how to work hard, how to be a good teammate, all those things that come out of youth sports. So that's why it's important. And, the messaging, it's really not to the players, although they hear it and they see it, but it's really at the adults, right? It's at the coaches. It's at the mom and dad in the stands, grandma and grandpa, whoever happens to be there in the stands. And it's great that both your organizations have endorsed this and are implementing it. So we'll have signage there. This year, we are going to provide some team bags to every team that'll have some of our player card materials in it. We've got some tattoos for the kids, baseball and softball versions this year, wristbands, the lanyards for the coaches, all those kind of things. So everybody look for those. They'll be handed out at all the tournament sites in advance. And then, the umpires are going to vote after every game. Did you do those 3 things or didn't you? It's a yes or no. It's pretty simple. As Dan said, it's not rocket science. It's did you or didn't you? And hopefully we'll be able to celebrate with hundreds and hundreds of teams that will get it right. We know they will, right? Well, any final things you want to say to the teams that are coming to your state tournaments? We're talking, sounds like over 1,200 teams between the 2 organizations. That's a lot of kids.
Yeah, I would just say again, just to reiterate that when you feel like you need to say something, just take a step back, because like you said, Mark, ultimately you are hurting your son or daughter, and you're hurting your fellow teammates. You're embarrassing them, which then ultimately they won't become a Youth First team award winner, because the umpire will probably hear that and circle no at the end of the game because your team didn't show good sportsmanship.
Yep.
Someone far wiser than me once said, when you go to the softball field or the baseball field, you can only be one of 3 things. And you can't be 2. Be an umpire, you can play, or you can be a fan. But you can't be both. And if you're a fan, the best thing to do is just sit there and cheer. Do people make mistakes? Sure. But they make them with a bat, with a glove, with a throw, or with a call. And it's not the end of the world. There are people that make mistakes at my work even. Guess what? You overcome it. You always overcome it, So how is it any different at the field? That's just the way we've got to get down to it, is mistakes happen, and it's all right.
Again, we wish everybody a great state tournament experience, whether it's playing fast pitch or youth baseball. Thanks again, guys, for taking time tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing how many hundreds of teams qualify for Youth First Team Awards this year.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, thanks for everything you do. We appreciate it.